Okay, we'll start, and it'll be self-explanatory. Thank you for coming today. It's going to be a very informative lecture from Dr. Shabnam Lutafali, and we'll start our program without any delay. Looks like there's a lot of traffic. And for joining us today and honor the legacy of Quaid Azam Mohmmad Ali Jinnah. Before we begin, I kindly request everyone to please silence or turn off your cell phones. Let us officially begin this special event. We will start with the recitation of Holy Quran, followed by the national anthem of America and Islamic Republic of Pakistan. Thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातुहू। मैं हूँ कारी सईद सदाकत अली। आइए क्वाइद आज़म फाउंडेशन की इस तकरीब का आगाज़ तिलावत कलाम पाक से करते हैं। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अर्रहमानिर रहीम मालिकि यौमिद्दीन इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन। اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين صدق الله العظيم.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now honor the national anthems.
In the heart of Houston, Texas, far from the valleys of Kashmir, the streets of Karachi, and the corridors of history in Lahore, stands a beacon of remembrance, vision, and pride. This is the Jinnah Library, a living tribute to the extraordinary man, the man who welded 90 million scattered crowd of Muslims into a nation with nothing but the strength of his words, the steel of his character, and the clarity of his vision. Quaid Azam Mohmmad Ali Jinnah.
I know that the people of America are deeply interested in India. I send you my cordial greeting on behalf of the Muslim India, and I feel we hear your good wishes. We want the division of India into Hindustan and Pakistan because that is the only practical solution, which I am confident will settle down as friends and neighbors like Canada and United States. Muslims desire freedom more than anyone else because love for freedom, fraternity, and liberty is the lifeblood of their existence.
Do your duty, but at faith in God. There is no power on earth that can undo Pakistan.
This library was not built by accident. It is the result of a remarkable convergence. 4 individuals separated by geography but united by purpose, whose hearts beat with admiration for the father of the nation. 3 of these friends, Dr. Asif Kadir, Mr. Tahir Bhatti, and Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, based in Houston, and Air Commodore Khalid Chishti, retired in Pakistan, a decorated fighter pilot turned guardian of national memory, whose life's second mission became preserving the legacy of Quaid Azam. A few years back, fate introduced these friends in Houston to Khalid Chishti in Pakistan. What began as an unexpected discovery of Khalid Chishti's unparalleled work on Jinnah soon transformed into a shared mission to celebrate, protect, and perpetuate the legacy of Pakistan's founding father. Air Commodore Khalid Chishti, a recipient of Sitara Imtiaz Military Sitara Basalat by the President of Pakistan, whose admiration led to a lifelong devotion to Jinnah, collecting rare visuals, reviving them in color, and inspiring thousands with his message, relearn your history, reclaim your pride. Dr. Asif Kadir, a heart physician, poet, and servant leader, whose own heart beats for justice and equality, values that Jinnah defended. Mr. Tahir Bhatti, entrepreneur, a visionary who believes that Jinnah's ideals must be passed forward as a legacy of pride for every Pakistani and Pakistani American youth. And Mr. Tanveer Ahmed, a philanthropist, a global businessman who lends his strength and resources to honor a man who changed the destiny of millions. Together, under the banner of Quaid Azam Foundation USA, they created this purpose-built sanctuary of knowledge and pride, a place not merely to read history, but to feel it. Together, they are not merely founders, they are custodians of a dream. At the Quaid Azam Foundation USA, they believe that Jinnah's story is not a chapter from the past, it is a compass for the future. Their mission is simple: preserve his legacy, promote his values, inspire a generation, and through this library, they echo the message that Jinnah stood for. The nations are built not by wealth or might, but by vision, character, and unshakable belief. The Jinnah Library, with nearly 300 contemporary and very rare books on Jinnah, is a heaven for the curious, the inspired, and the patriotic. This foundation preserves over 600 rare and colorized portraits, hundreds of powerful quotes and anecdotes that breathe life into Jinnah's towering character, untold, unseen, and unforgettable. This library is not just about books or photographs, it is about ideals, integrity, unity, selflessness, and a relentless commitment to justice. Values Jinnah lived by and left behind as his enduring gift to Pakistan and the world. It is here that his legacy rises again, to educate, engage, and empower new generations with the fire of patriotism and the wisdom of purpose. As part of its ongoing mission to preserve and celebrate his legacy, the Quaid Azam Foundation USA is also in the process of publishing a beautifully curated coffee table book. This visual masterpiece will showcase rare photographs, powerful quotes, and timeless tributes. As you walk through these halls, look beyond the frames and the quotes. You are not just visiting a library, you are stepping into the very soul of a nation, the dream of a man who lived, struggled, and succeeded so others may live in dignity and freedom. This is the Jinnah Library. This is where the legacy lives on.
फैसला कायदे आज़म की मज़ार पे 78वां आज़ादी की तकरीब में हाज़िरी के लिए हम आए। मेरे साथ से साहिब तनवीर भाई, आसिफ नूर भाई, साहिब बट्टी भाई हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, शौकत भाई मौजूद हैं हमारे साथ। इन्होंने US में कायदे आज़म को मिशन बनाई है, इन्होंने मुझे दिखाया इस तरह इन्होंने तंजीम आराइश की है, एक्सेलेंट है। बहुत मुबारक हो आज कायदे आज़म को और आप सबको जश्न आज़ादी बहुत बहुत मुबारक।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, respected guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Quaid was more than a leader. He was a symbol of courage, truth, and determination. Against impossible odds, he turned the dream of Pakistan into a living reality.
I want to start my speech by Allama Iqbal's शेर। जवानों, तुम्हारी परवाज़ है बुलंद इतनी कि फिर तुम्हें कोई मंजिल मुकर्रर ना रहे। Whenever I hear these words, I don't just think of poetry. I think of a promise made to the youth of this nation, a promise that our flight is so high that no destination could limit us. On 11 September 1948, the heart of Pakistan stopped beating. Quaid left this world, and with him an era ended. That day, the streets of Karachi were drowned in silence. A nation that had found its voice through him felt orphaned. ऐसा लगता था कि एक बाप अपने बच्चों को छोड़ के चला गया हो. Today, it has been 77 years since his passing, yet the grief has not faded because he was not just a leader. He was the soul of Pakistan. For Pakistanis, Quaid was not a man of flesh and blood alone. He was an idea, he was a sacrifice, he was a vision. But grief alone is not enough. The question before is, क्या हम Quaid के भरोसे पर खड़े उतर रहे हैं? Have we honored his faith in us? He taught the youth discipline over distraction, unity over division, purpose over comfort. He gave us a country, but more than that, he gave us a responsibility. Quaid once said, Pakistan is proud of her youth, who are nation builders of tomorrow.
Today I am honored to introduce Dr. Shabnam Lutafali. She is a distinguished academic consultant with an extensive background in higher education and institutional development. Dr. Shabnam is widely respected for her mentorship, leadership, and commitment to empowering educators and learners alike. She will be talking on Azam Mohmmad Ali Jinnah's vision of education, economic development for Pakistan to uplift the quality of life of Pakistanis.
Extending this opportunity to address this august body and audience on the occasion of Barsi of our beloved Baba Quaid Azam Mohmmad Ali Jinnah. We are here to reflect on the life and legacy of a titan who led the Muslims of Indian subcontinent, a minority of British India, to create a nation for Muslims that was going to extend equal rights of citizenship to all native populations, regardless of color of their skin, creed, or religious orientation. Such a leader was Jinnah, a cosmopolitan man educated in England who returned back to his native country to practice law and lead its people to fight for their independence from their colonial yoke. We will reflect on his aspirations and vision for a beloved nation, Pakistan, the dream of Shahra Islam, Allama Muhammad Iqbal. Jinnah returned Iqbal's dream into reality, compelling them to partition the subcontinent and create a homeland for Muslims where we could freely practice our faith and accord same rights and privileges to people of other faiths and creeds. Jinnah transformed geopolitical South Asia and became Quaid Azam, father of the nation of Pakistan. We will look at his formative years, his evolution as a leader. Jinnah transformed from being an ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity to becoming a leader of Muslim of the subcontinent. single-handedly negotiating with the British to partition the subcontinent and win a free nation for the Indian Muslims. And lastly, we will focus on Quaid-e-Azam's aspirations and vision for Pakistan vis-a-vis education and financial institutions. His formative years as a young barrister in the late 19th and 20th century in Bombay was when he joined Indian National Congress and became an advocate for Hindu-Muslim union. He was even dubbed an ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. He joined Muslim League in 1913 to promote his cherished cause of uniting Hindus and Muslims to fight for a united, independent India. In that period of his life, he strongly believed that a multi-ethnic, multicultural, and multi-religious united India was the future of the independent Indian subcontinent. He forged a keen relationship with Motilal Nehru, a father of Jawaharlal Nehru. Jinnah was a cosmopolitan. Educated in England, a man with distinctly European taste and flair. His dressing, eating, lifestyle reflected European influence. After his Muslim wife passed away in her youth, he married a Parsi woman, a daughter of one of his clients. His lifestyle, his family reflected an urban, sophisticated worldview. Jinnah was a man of strong convictions. He sincerely believed in Hindu-Muslim unity. Unfortunately, the Hindu leadership that emerged in 1920s and beyond under Jawaharlal Nehru, particularly influenced by likes of Vallabhbhai Patel, was of a different ilk. This Hindu leadership was blatantly hostile to Muslim participation in political system. Jinnah understood their intransigence. That's when he switched over to advocate for Indian Muslims. The Muslim League in their December 27 till January 1928 meeting confirmed Jinnah as the League's president. His core belief in multicultural society was unshaken. He continued to advocate and champion for political entity where the rights of Indian Muslims could be protected. But the Hindu extremists refused to accept the rights of Indian Muslim population. That's when Jinnah, influenced by Allama Iqbal's dream of an independent homeland for the Indian Muslim, galvanized him to champion for the cause of an independent political entity, Pakistan, to safeguard rights of Indian Muslims. Among the entire Indian Muslim leadership from the late 1930s up to the creation of Pakistan on August 14, 1947, Jinnah was the only Muslim leader who could negotiate with British to deliver a sovereign nation for the Muslims of the Indian subcontinent. Jinnah became Quaid-e-Azam. He had a clear vision of the constitution of the newly independent nation and how the newly independent Pakistan would be governed. Pakistan was going to be a multicultural, multi-ethnic, and multi-religious nation governed by democratically elected governments elected by informed, educated citizenry. Quaid promoted faith, unity, discipline as national motto, faith not as a religious relic, but as a vibrant, thriving self-confidence envisioned by Allama Iqbal. खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. Unity to promote progress. When it comes to the national interest of Pakistan, we all have to pull in the same directions and discipline life and actions with commitment to excel. Undisciplined people, our nations are not only not efficient, but they waste time and resources. There are two important speeches of human activity that Quaid recognized as vital to vibrant nation. First, education. Second, commerce supported by financial institution. Education. The most important thing for Quaid-e-Azam was education of the citizenry of Pakistan. There were not many educational institutions in the newly created country. What few institutions were there, he wanted to maximize their influence. Here I would share a story with you that's little known but very telling of how obsessed he was with the importance of good education for the new generation of Pakistan. Karachi, with its population of about 300,000 at the time of partition, had enough schools for the size of its citizens. Immediately after partition, due to mass migration from the newly independent India, the city population swelled to 1 million within few months. There weren't enough schools to educate the newly arriving immigrant children. The Parsi community in Karachi had two excellent schools, one for boys, Bhai Vera Bhai Jiso Pariwala, BVS Parsi High School on the Victoria Road in Sadr Karachi, and one girls' Mama Parsi High School located on the Bandar Road, now M.A. Jinnah Road. These two schools exclusively educated children of Parsi community. Their admission policy excluded children of all other religions. Quaid-e-Azam was a man of quick study. He inventoried all the schools of Karachi and found these two Parsi schools that could, by changing their admission policy, admit a few newly arrived Muslim students. He personally met with the elders of Parsi community and administrators of the two schools, requested them to change their admission policy to allow the newly arriving Muslims to be admitted to the two schools. The Parsi community and the two schools graciously obliged and admitted Muslim students. I heard this story from my husband, a Muslim who matriculated from BVS Parsi High School. The story illustrates how keen Quaid-e-Azam was about education. BVS Parsi High School not only admitted students of other faiths at his behest, but also honored Quaid-e-Azam by naming a student body, Quaid-e-Azam House. At every opportunity, our beloved Quaid promoted the cause of education in his messages to all Pakistan Education Conference held in Karachi in November 27, 1947. He drew nation's attention to the importance of education and elucidated his vision for the nation's future. Let me share an extract from his speech with you. Quote, "We must earnestly bring our educational policy and program on the lines suited to the genius of our people, consonance with our history and culture, and having regard to the modern conditions and vast developments that have taken place all over the world. There is an immediate and urgent need for training our people in the scientific and technical education in order to build up our future economic life, and we should see that our people undertake science, commerce, trade, particularly well-planned industries. But do not forget that we have to compete with the world which is moving very fast in this direction. Also, we must emphasize that greater attention should be paid to technical and vocational education. In short, we have to build up the character of our future generation, which means highest sense of honor, integrity, selfless service to the nation, and sense of responsibility. And we have to see that they are fully qualified or equipped to play their part in various branches of economic life in manner which will do honor to Pakistan, unquote. His approach to education was holistic, including scientific, technical, and vocational, augmented by industrial planning, and complemented by commerce and trade. He was also keenly aware of educating the youth about their history and cultural heritage, and he wanted to instill a strong sense of honor integrity and character building, a powerful message for the educators. If our educators can take this one extract and implement it in our curriculum, we can compete with any nation on the earth. In another address he delivered at Edward College, Peshawar on April 18, 1948, also cautioned against certain types of education which were common at that time. An extract from that speech illustrates how not to educate the future generations. An extract from his speech is very revealing. Let me share with you his thoughts. Quote, "Instead of turning more clerks, government servants, your college is now offering a suitable subjects of students which would enable them to take their place in commerce, trade, industry, banking, and insurance businesses. It should be the aim of our colleges to produce first-class experts in agriculture, zoology, engineering, medicine, and other specialized subjects. Only thus shall we be able to come to grip with problems that are now facing us in the task of raising the standard of living, especially of the common man." Unquote. After Pakistan lost their beloved Quaid, the nation dedicated the land for Quaid-e-Azam Mausoleum in Karachi. The Mazar is more than a monument. It's a symbol of national purpose, Quaid's vision. We must cultivate an institutional framework that incentivizes ethical social behavior. Quaid envisioned a progressive, educated nation where ethics, discipline, and knowledge guided both governance and society. Unfortunately, this attached mausoleum land was land parcel dedicated to create an institute of technology for advancement of science and world-class research facility. Unfortunately, the authorities entrusted with the land development sold that dedicated land for commercial and residential development. Our nation lost golden opportunity to create a world-class institute and research center. A missed opportunity. Imagine fulfilling Quaid's vision through the strategic development of an academic and scientific hub around his mazar, establishing colleges and universities of business, science, technology surrounding the mazar, creating a knowledge city like Oxford, Cambridge, Boston, centers that blend historical legacy with modern research and innovation. Developing an environment where the ideals of the Quaid are not just remembered, but lived and advanced through education and innovation. Such institutions around it would inspire students by placing them near the founder's resting place. Transform Karachi into a beacon of science and technology. Reassert the vision of unity, faith, and discipline in the nation. Quaid-e-Azam was ambitious about education nation's youth. Our country has fallen short of his vision. While other countries have invested in education and advanced, Pakistan is lagging behind. I was in Pakistan last June. Remembered Ahmed Faraz expressing disillusionment with the state. Ye daag daag ujala, ye shab guzida seher, wo intezar tha jiska, ye wo seher to nahi. From Faiz Ahmed Faiz, often attributed to Faraz, this reflects the sentiments of many Pakistanis who feel the original dream of Quaid was betrayed or distorted. Commerce supported by financial institutions, second part of my speech. From his above speeches, you can see how committed he was to educate the nation. His vision was holistic, to educate the youth in scientific fields and educate them to conduct commerce, establish and operate financial institutions, including banks, insurance companies, and conduct international trade. Even before independence, the creation of Pakistan, he had already started developing institutional framework for the future independent state of Pakistan. In 1944, through Muslim League's planning committee, he initiated a 5-year program for economic development to promote industrialization in northwestern province of British India, which were a potential territory for future Pakistan. At the same time, he formed a federation of Muslim chambers of commerce to promote trade with country internationally. He was instrumental in establishing Muslim Commercial Bank and Orient Airways and other commercial and business ventures to strengthen, promote, and provide financial scaffolding for the future state of Pakistan. He also founded Dawn newspaper in 1941, which was first published weekly in Delhi and later moved to Karachi. He advocated private enterprise to promote industrialization with the exception of defense industry. My conclusion. On this occasion of Quaid-e-Azam Barsi, let us pledge to promote his vision of educating our Pakistani youth, to promote an educated, tolerant, and enlightened nation governed by an educated citizenry and create a civil society to be emulated by the rest of the world. Let us also follow his foresight on commerce and financial institutions to create a prosperous nation. To end on a lighter note, as the saying goes, life without money is funny. If we follow our Quaid's vision with receptive hearts and open minds, Pakistan will become prosperous and formidable power on the world stage. Ameen.
Ameen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
ہمارے سی او تنویر احمد صاحب نے جو گورنر سندھ کے ساتھ ہماری قائد اعظم بابا پہ جو وزٹ کروائی تھی، اس سلسلے میں ہماری جو فاؤنڈیشن ہے اس کی طرف سے ایک نظم قائد اعظم تیرا پیغام زندہ ہے کے نام سے ہم نے لکھی ہے، میں آپ کے سامنے پیش کرتا ہوں. کیا ہے مزار قائد، سلام ہو تجھ پر، آج 14 اگست کی روشنیوں میں آیا ہوں دل کے عہد کے ساتھ، تاریخ کے چراغ لیے یادوں کے دیے جلائے ہوئے، یہاں وہ سویا ہے جس نے ایک خواب کو حقیقت بنایا، جس نے غلام قوم کو حریت کا پرچم تھمایا، جس نے کہا تھا ایمان، اتحاد اور نظم اور ایک ملت، ایک پہچان، ایک وطن. اے محمد علی جناح، تیری شب بیداریاں، تیری عظمت کی تپش، تیری گفتار کی روشنی ابھی بھی ہماری رہنما ہے. تو نے قلم سے لڑائی کی، تو نے دلیل سے سلطنت کو ہلایا، تو نے کردار سے دنیا کو دکھایا کہ ایک سچا رہبر پہاڑ کی طرح مضبوط ہوتا ہے. آج تیرے چاہنے والوں میں اپنے عہد کی گواہی دیتا ہوں کہ ہم تیرے خواب کو نہیں بلائیں گے، ہم تیرے قول کو چراغ بنائیں گے، ہم تیرے اصولوں کو دستور بنائیں گے. اے قائد ملت، تیرا پاکستان صرف زمین کا ٹکڑا نہیں، یہ ایک امانت ہے، یہ ایک دعا کی قبولیت ہے، یہ ایک شہید کی قربانی ہے، یہ ایک ماں کی آنکھ کا خواب ہے. ہم تیرے نقش قدم پر چلیں گے، ہم تیری تعلیمات کو عام کریں گے، ہم تیری میراث کو دنیا بھر میں زندہ رکھیں گے. میں بطور خادم ملت، بطور واصر خواب، بطور صدائے عشق وطن یہ اعلان کرتا ہوں کہ امریکہ کی سرزمین سے لے کے یورپ کی فضاؤں تک پاکستان کے گیت گائیں گے، تیرا پیغام سنائیں گے، تیری امانت کا پاس رکھیں گے. تیرا پاکستان بھی تیرا منتظر ہے، تیرا رہنما آج بھی میرا محتاج ہے، تیری دعا آج بھی ہمارے دلوں میں ہے. سلام تجھ پر، سلام تیرے کردار پر، سلام تیری عظمت پر، سلام تیری قربانی پر۔ اے محمد علی جناح، ہم زندہ ہیں، ہم جاگ رہے ہیں، ہم تجھ سے وعدہ کرتے ہیں تیرا پاکستان کبھی نہ مٹے گا، تیرا پرچم کبھی نہ جھکے گا، تیرا نام کبھی نہ مان پڑے گا۔ ہم تیری وراثت کو دنیا بھر میں لے جائیں گے، امریکہ کی گلیوں سے یورپ کی فضاؤں تک تیرا پیغام گونجے گا اور بار بار گونجے گا۔ پاکستان زندہ باد، قائد اعظم پائندہ۔
So today we're here to celebrate Quaid Azam, the father of our nation. So today carries the weight of loss. We remember the father of our nation and the future he did not live long enough to finish. A future where equal citizenship wasn't just a speech, but it was a system. I'd like to finish off with Quaid Azam gave us a promise of equal dignity. In the spirit of this gathering, honoring the Quaid, if you're passionate about translating his dream into practical, measurable action for our children, here, please reach out to me and I'd be honored to continue the conversation. If we honor the Quaid properly, let our proof be programs that endure so the heirs of the land of the pure will stand tall wherever they are, whether they're in Pakistan or in the US or in the Europe. Thank you.
I'll request
जिन्ना साहब का जल्दी जाना भी शायद पाकिस्तानी समाज के लिए कोई 9/11 था कि अभी तक वो सोसाइटी जो ख्वाब था, जो एक जैसे आपने कहा कसीरुल कौमी कसीरुल सकाफती रियासत का तस्वर, वो डल हो गया। जब जब साइंटिफिक लिखा जाएगा, जब रैशनल के साथ लिखा जाएगा, लॉजिक के साथ लिखा जाएगा, अक्ल के साथ लिखा जाएगा, तब जो मजलूम लोग हैं या जो हक पर हैं, जो सच पर हैं, उनका केस ऑटोमेटिकली बेहतर होता जाएगा। ये एक नेचर का लॉ है। जब चीज़ें सही डायरेक्शन में लिखी जाएंगी, उसमें से सिर्फ एक पॉइंट है उस किताब का, बड़ी पॉपुलर किताब है इस वक्त इंडो पाक हिस्ट्री के हवाले से, उसका एक सिर्फ पॉइंट आपसे क्विकली शेयर करता हूँ चूँकि टाइम का भी मुझे एहसास है। उसमें लिखा है कि कांग्रेस कैसे बनी। फिर जिन्ना, बस एक चैप्टर है जिन्ना साहब और गांधी के रिलेशनशिप पर, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर है। मैंने उसे 2-3 दफ़ा पढ़ा है, कुछ और किताबों से भी कंपेयर किया है। कभी कभी ज़ाती जो अनाद है, आपका जो पर्सनैलिटी क्लैश है, पसंद नापसंद है, वो कभी कभी लोगों को एक ऐसी तरफ ले जाती हैं कि मुमलकतें बन जाती हैं, जैसे पाकिस्तान बन गया। तो बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चैप्टर है। वो बताती हैं कि जब बॉम्बे लेजिस्लेटिव काउंसिल में आए, फिर लखनऊ पैक्ट तक, इतना डायनामिक रोल था जिन्ना का, और उसमें उसने काफ़ी फॉरेनर्स भी कोट किए हैं, खासतौर पर तो जो ब्रिटिशर्स थे उस वक्त और जो रूलिंग एलीट था ब्रिटिशर्स का, उनकी खवातीन, उनका जो एक पूरे क्लब्स होते थे, तो जिन्ना किस तरह पॉपुलर होता जा रहा था। फिर कुछ 16 में या 17-18 में वो जब गोखले साहब, चूँकि उससे काफ़ी इंस्पायर थे जिन्ना साहब, तो गोखले साहब ने कहा कि आपके घर हम एक दावत रखते हैं, सबको बुलाते हैं। तो जिन्ना साहब का जो बॉम्बे का हाउस है वहाँ उन्हें बुलाया गया। तो वहाँ पर जो गांधी साहब की स्पीच थी, ये एक इंडियन ऑथर लिख रही हैं जो एक बहुत रिनाउंड हिस्टोरियन है। बोलती हैं कि वहाँ पर जब उन्होंने तकरीर की तो उन्होंने कहा कि वी गॉट अ गुड लीडर फ्रॉम मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी। तो दैट वाज द स्टार्ट ऑफ फ्रिक्शन, दैट वाज द स्टार्ट व्हेन गांधी deliberately was segregating the Muslim leadership from the holistic Congress leadership to a segment के जी ये तो मुसलमान है। That was the start. She has written that was the start of friction. तो जब वो मीटिंग खत्म हुई तो जिन्ना साहब सब लोग जमा, उन्होंने कहा कि there was no point to mention specifically. For example, अभी डॉक्टर साहब ने मुझे कॉल किया तो कहते कि जी ये सिंधी हैं, फिर हैदराबाद से हैं, फिर हैदराबाद में, तो ये सेग्रीगेशन की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, आई एम फ्रॉम पाकिस्तान। उन्होंने कहा कि जी एक मेहमान आए पाकिस्तान से, तो उस पर काफ़ी आर्ग्यूमेंट हुआ। सो वो लिखती हैं कि ये स्टार्ट था कि जिन्ना की जो पॉपुलरिटी थी, उसकी जो करिश्मेटिक डायनामिक शख्सियत थी, यहाँ से उसकी, हालांकि गांधी भी कोई छोटा आदमी नहीं था, गांधी बहुत बड़ा आदमी था, लेकिन किस तरह शख्सियतों का जो टकराव है वो आपको, जिन्ना वाज कंटिन्यूसली इन्फ्लुएंसिंग द एंटायर डोमेन जो भी कांग्रेस की पॉलिटिक्स का था। मैं समझता हूँ कि जब आप पढ़ेंगे जिन्ना को, कम से कम मैं जब जिन्ना साहब को पढ़ता हूँ तो बिल्कुल एक नए जाविये से समझ में आता है कि उन दिनों में भी उनका इतना जो है होलिस्टिक, इतना इंक्लूसिव फ्रेम ऑफ माइंड था कि वो चाह रहे थे कि ये पूरा खित्ता पूरी दुनिया को रूल करे।
कि देखे मौलाना रूम ने जो कहा है कि अगर आपने आफताब की पहचान अगर हुई और इफ यू प्रेज द सन, दैट डज नॉट मीन कि भाई उस आफताब की रोशनी में कोई इजाफा हो गया। दिस इज मौलाना रूम। सिर्फ आप ये कहते हैं कि मेरी आंखें इतनी तेज है कि मैं आफताब की रोशनी को समझ सकता हूं। तो इसी सिलसिले में मैं ये कहूंगा कि जो बातें हमने सुनी अबाउट द कायद, it is not going to add one iota of honor to that great man. All we are saying is that we are blessed that we try and understand the man, that it is our izzat, it is our prestige that increases by recognizing the man.
That's true.
So that is my reflection at this point in time. And truly, Dr. Saheb, Tanvir Bhai, and all the trustees of the library here, this is tremendous work. This opportunity is not available to everyone. And what has been set up, एक वाहिद library है, in my opinion, in my knowledge, which is promoting this in a single-minded way with the plans that you have, Dr. Sahib. We salute you. And we salute all the trustees.